I'm Summer Huntington of Mace Vinyasa and Shala, and today I'll be demonstrating some two-handed side swings into open hip conditioning drills. So I've been playing with building compound and complex exercises with steel mace for a long time. In the past few years, have also started doing similar movement patterns with the clubs, and I'm excited to show you what I've been toying with over in the movement lab. So today I'll be demoing a side swing with a 15-pound club. Now, when you're starting out, you might start with a 10, but I really want to encourage women and men to go up in load. So for this one, I'm going to start with my single-handed side swing. And then I come into my side swing to order position, rotate. Push, swing, pull, catch. So my first progression here, this is actually compound. I've got a side swing into order. I want to get a few of those under my belt. Kind of giving you a little sneak peek of my upcoming Warrior Strength program that will be released late this fall. Here we go. Other side, side swing, order. So we start simple, right? We want to just develop that rotational swing, one shoulder is dipping under the other. And with the heavier club, it really forces you to be honest with your strength. So I can definitely feel this in my wrist. I can feel my calluses are starting to activate. Women can swing heavier clubs. Oftentimes women get deterred, but I am here to show you that what's possible with a smaller frame as you build strength in your nervous system. Strength like a warrior. All right, next progression, side swing. Side swing order, four-step or dragon squat. Super good for ankle mobility. Return to starting position. Rotate. Push, swing, pull, catch. Dragon squat. Eventually, you want to be squared up. For me, I'm kind of facing the camera on that one. Rotate. Push, swing, pull, catch. Four-step. Tremendous amount of ankle mobility required here. So notice, as I come down, I'm stretching my ankle and my inner calf muscle in a new way, and all of my ankle ligaments are getting a nice stretch because I'm bearing load in different ways. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Side swing. Order, four-step. If you've never done a four-step, practice without load at first. Push, swing, pull, catch. Back to the starting position. Find that four-step, perpendicular feet. It's not way back here. It's nice and tight like a box. Last one. Side swing to order, four-step. I can feel a big stretch in my outer thigh there. All right, so let's break down that four-step. I know it's probably a curveball for some of you. So body weight only looks like this. Here, you might just be drilling this. Notice my trunk stays facing you. My body is perpendicular. What's not happening is I'm not doing this little hunch, okay? Try it on both sides. I like to have elbows to ribs. You can tie a yoga strap or an elastic band around your hands. I don't have one today, sorry. But you can generate that same shoulder pack and torque and upright spine. It gives you some proprioceptive feedback to kind of feel that. All right, let's progress it. I'm gonna drop down to a lighter load. I'll show you one more progression. Side swing order, block, drop swing, back to starting position. Push, swing, pull, catch. I block, I drop swing. If you do not have a drop swing in your practice, do not try this at home until you have trained with one of my programs. We do drop swings in Mace Vinyasa 101, Mace Vinyasa Level 1, Mace Vinyasa Level 2 especially. We prepare for drop swings. We build the shoulder mechanics to be able to effectively wing and tip. The scapula is designed to wing and tip. When you're going into a drop swing here with load, that is a fast wing and tip. So it's best to do things like iron cross or mace switches, club switches here to effectively get the wing and tip action down. Little side note, side swing, block, drop swing. I face my club and I come into my sway. I'm not locking out here. I want to shock absorb here. Push, swing, pull, catch, block, drop swing, rotate. Push, swing, pull, catch, block, drop swing, and rotate. Woo. Don't worry, in my new heavy clubs program, there will be progressions, breakdowns. There's always, in all my programs, I always have a learn it round where we break down the kinesiology step by step. Then we go into timed rounds as well. So effectively, we want to do things slow, especially at high complexity as we're developing this skill set. And then we really want to test ourselves with intervals. I really like the 90-30 for beginners. To add a little speed and get that conditioning element in. All right, let's try it with Mace. So look at the difference, firstly, of the Mace versus the club. I like the shorter Mace because I can really move dynamically. I can get a lot of force in there. But originally, this movement I did with Mace. So let's take a peek. Side swing, side swing, side swing order, woo, block, drop swing, back to starting position. So it kind of hits the floor, not super ideal. So let's say I had a smaller Mace, side swing. This one's super awkward. Let's just play with a little more footwork. So I can drop swing, lift, go into my lateral lunge, back to the starting position. Let me move my clubs out of the way. So when you're swinging Mace, generally it's like a little more complexity, a lot more footwork. Side swing catch, drop swing, lift, whoo, lateral lunge. Maybe into a 4-step, maybe into another lateral lunge, 4-step, block, lateral, etc. All right, so there is always somewhere to go when you're training with load. When you're training flow state and you're adding complexity and you're developing new pathways, you want to get to know your landmarks. Where is the club or the Mace landing? Am I in a blocking position? Am I doing a throwing pattern or a partial throwing pattern? Am I doing a shoulder cast, which is a striking pattern? As we start to analyze movement from the lens of what is the most primal aspect of this movement pattern? Am I lifting? Am I striking? Am I throwing? Am I blocking? I find with using leverage tools, knowing the why behind each and every movement really puts things into a different perspective. It allows you to continue to train with a purpose, train the shoulders in the way that your body was naturally designed to move. It was built to defend and it was built to attack. Whether or not you actually do that in your real life, maybe you're not a martial artist, but to be able to restore those primal movement patterns to the body really helps you to develop that nervous system resilience. Leave a comment below if you like this video, and I hope to see you at an event or a seminar soon.